Good evening, Lumpkin County High School freshman parents. Tonight we're going to share a lot of information that you need to know about your students' freshman year. First of all, we want to let you know that this semester we have a free SAT and ACT prep class going on. It's being co-taught by English and math teachers. Mr. Mullins is teaching the math SAT and ACT prep on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 7:40 a.m. And Ms. LaPresti is teaching English SAT and ACT prep on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 7:40. Students do not need to sign up in advance. They just need to show up. Math is in Mr. Mullins' room and English is in Ms. LaPresti's room during those times. During that time, students will be able to learn test-taking strategies and they'll review the content for SAT and ACT exams. It's never too early to get started on those prep classes. We're about to begin 2022-2023 course registration, if you can believe it. Students will select their courses for their fall academic classes December 8th, and then we'll do the second round with their spring academics in February. We'll enter all of that information in the computer along with their elective selections. We'll send requests home in March for approval and changes, and then we'll send schedules home in May for final approval and changes.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica Dietrich. I'm the lead counselor here at Lumpkin County High School in the school counseling office. I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of information about how to help your freshman student succeed and maximize their time in high school. So we'll be covering lots of information about academics, being involved, and staying on course for their individual plans. Tips for a successful freshman year. Number one is definitely having some sort of a planner or method for keeping track of assignments. Students have a lot more responsibility with the workload here in high school, and being able to stay on track of all those assignments, having some kind of a planner or system in place is very, very helpful. We also find with some of these tips here for students, the biggest thing for ninth graders to learn as freshmen that will help them in the future, not just for high school, but for their future, is learning to ask for help and getting involved and having fun with others. Those are two big tips here on this screen. So asking for help if students need help, we have a lot of assistance available from their teachers. All of our teachers have office hours either before or after school, are very willing to work with students and accommodate them. Students do have to kind of reach out and say, hey, I'm struggling, and let those teachers know, and they're there to help and assist. That's a big, big thing to help students stay on track, especially if they start getting into their upperclassmen classes and having any difficulty. And also getting involved and having fun is just a huge piece of the high school experience. So whether it's finding their niche of a club, a sport, theater, fine arts, we have a lot of wonderful opportunities for our students here at Lumpkin County High School, and we really encourage our students to find what that niche is, have fun, get involved. We're very fortunate that at least once a month, students have dedicated time here at school for Tribe Pride, which is a time that they can connect to those clubs if transportation is a barrier after school. So that's a wonderful chance for them to learn, meet new people, and be able to learn outside of the classroom. Attendance matters. Definitely here in high school, attendance is key for students to be able to not fall behind. We really encourage our students. We are on a block schedule, which means teachers will cover a large amount of material each class. So students who miss class time are shown over the long run to not perform as well, maybe have issues getting their credits if they're not doing well in the course, which credits are needed to be able to move up to the next grade level and ultimately graduate from high school. So it's really important for students to just be successful, to be here at school as much as they possibly can. If any issues arise with sickness, definitely reaching out to the school to document those days that are missed for valid reasons is important as well. Students have the opportunity to exempt exams for finals in their courses, depending on how many absences and their grade in the course. So again, attendance is really key here in high school. So we do want to stress that for students to set off on the best foot for success. Graduation requirements. There are a total of 28 credits that students will need to graduate with their diploma here at the end of their 4 years at Lumpkin County. 4 of those credits must be in English, 4 in math, 4 in science, 4 in social studies. 1 credit must be the specific PE credit that is health and personal fitness. Then they must need 3 courses in a pathway, which means they need any combination of career technical courses, fine art, or modern language, 3, any combination of those type of credits, and then they need 8 elective credits total to make up that 28 total credits. Individual graduation plan, all of our counselors work with our students and maintain each year an updated individual graduation plan that we follow with our students all the way up in time that they're 9th grade to when they graduate. And this helps kind of chart their progress towards meeting graduation requirements, as well as at Lumpkin County, students have a lot of flexibility and freedoms in how they meet their requirements and choosing their electives and having those interest levels met for different needs, different goals after high school. So we definitely do pride ourselves in working with our students to make sure their plan meets their individual goals. And we really work with our students individually every year to work on these plans. So in English, students must have a 9th grade lit, 10th grade lit, American lit credit, and then their 4th English credit can be any 4th English core credit. Social studies, students must have a credit in world history, American government, U.S. history, and then economics. Math, all students to graduate in the state of Georgia must have Algebra 1, geometry, and then either Algebra 2 or Technical College Readiness Math, and then their 4th math credit can be either any other core math. So some students may begin with foundations of algebra and go foundations, Algebra 1, geometry, Algebra 2, or TCR, Tech College Readiness Math. However, if they are 4-year college bound, they will want to have a higher level math past Algebra 2. That 4th math credit should be something their senior year, such as stat reasoning, advanced math decision making, or pre-calc or above. And then in science, the graduation requirements, all students must have physical science or physics. Most of our students here at the high school have taken physical science in 8th grade. All students must have environmental science or chemistry to meet the life science requirement for the state of Georgia. All students must have biology, and then a 4th science of our students' own choosing. Lumpkin County, things you need to know. There are lots of different things that we kind of stress to our students all during their time here in high school. The bottom line is every semester, once students walk in that 9th grade first day, everything they do matters. And honestly, that actually matters back from when they were in middle school, first earning any high school credits in middle school as well. That's when they begin earning grades that count towards their GPA that go on their transcript. So their GPA and transcript is a running record of how they perform in high school. And it's important just for students to be mindful of that family to help encourage students to stay on the right track. So that way, at the end of high school, students have lots of different choices. If they've succeeded in their high school classes, no options get left off the table because they had a bumpy, rough year freshman year and didn't make good choices. And then when they reach senior year, maybe feel regret that they didn't have that option on the table for certain things because of their GPA. So we do work with our students every year to encourage them to check their transcript carefully, making sure everything is reflected correctly. Rigor means courses that are rigorous. We do have lots of different choices for students to push themselves. If they are looking at different paths for colleges after high school, we have all those opportunities here. If students are seeking the Hope or Zell Miller Scholarship, which is the large state scholarship here in Georgia to earn money for colleges, students must have at least 4 or more rigor classes to meet this rigor requirement. And these are typically advanced math, science, and then AP classes, and then dual enrollment classes, which come into play junior or senior year. 4-year plans, again, we work with our students and our families very closely to make sure everything students are trying to take during their high school years aligns as closely as possible to getting them ready and set up for success for whatever it is they may want to do, whether that's going directly into a specific job or internship opportunity, going to college, the military, you name it. We work with our students to make that happen as best we can. Pathways. You need one, hopefully. Students will work on this. This is important for them. They have to have at least 3 credits in any combination of career, tech, fine art, or language courses. But being able to take those classes in more than one area for a pathway and moving up into them advances their knowledge and their skills. That makes them better able to get jobs and opportunities after high school, as well as learning more deeply about information. So we encourage pathways here at the high school. Keeping grades up, again, I've mentioned everything students do from the time they walk in here at the building is important. It matters. Attendance matters. All of that kind of stuff goes together with our students so that one day when they're juniors and seniors reaching the end of their high school, they have lots of different options on the table for them based on how they did here in high school. Language courses. Modern language is not a requirement to graduate from high school. However, if students are looking at attending a 4-year college after they graduate, they will need at least 2 credits in the same language pathway. So here at Lumpkin, we offer Spanish and French. So students would have to have Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 or French 1 and French 2 in order to meet that language requirement for 4-year colleges. But again, not a graduation requirement. And then Hope and Zell Miller are our large scholarship programs here in Georgia. I'll talk about that in just a moment. For Hope calculation here at the high school, all courses count into a student's GPA. However, Hope calculates, this is by the state system, the Georgia Student Finance Commission. They calculate a student's Hope GPA a little bit differently than the high school. Only credits that students take in grades 9 through 12 count, and it's only core academics. So English, math, science, social studies, and modern language classes go into the Hope versus the high school GPA is all courses. Hope also calculates their GPA based on this scale here. So an A in a class counts 4 points into a student's Hope GPA. So that A could be a 90, it could be 100, but it counts 4 points into that student's GPA. Same thing for a B, an 80 will count the same as an 89 into that student's Hope calculation, even though there's a big difference between an 80 and an 89 for a student's high school GPA. Again, rigorous courses, we do have those options here for our students. It's important, especially if students are thinking about pushing themselves. The path to doing that starts in 9th and 10th grade. We do have opportunities for students to advance themselves and take courses that get ready really for junior and senior year with opportunities in AP, advanced placement courses, where students can earn college credit that way, taking dual enrollment, whether it's dual enrollment academic classes or career technical type dual enrollment classes, all those opportunities in junior and senior year. Work-based learning, we have lots of opportunities here. For Hope Scholarship in Georgia does require that students at the end of their 12th grade year, they'll have a 3.0 or higher Hope GPA, and then they've completed 4 or more rigor classes. This will not be a surprise to any students, or it should not be. We meet with our juniors and seniors individually to give them their Hope progress and their individual reports. And you can ask your counselor anytime for this information. We can view this. Zell Miller is the same as the Hope Scholarship, except it pays 100% of tuition versus the Hope Scholarship pays about 75% college tuition here in Georgia, so Zell pays more. The requirements are a little bit higher. Students still have to have those 4 or more rigor classes, have to have a 3.7 or higher Hope GPA, and they must obtain a 1200 or higher SAT in one test date or a 26 or higher ACT in one test date. For students who are not necessarily looking at going to a 4-year college in Georgia, there are Hope grants available at the 2-year technical colleges, so Lanier Tech, North Georgia Technical College. These are money opportunities for students to be able to earn money for college programs that might not necessarily be a 4-year program, maybe a quick certificate, diploma, or degree. So there's several different HOPE programs at the 2-year level as well. HOPE Grant is for students at a 2-year technical college if they're obtaining a certificate or a diploma program. It does not matter how they've performed in high school. They just need to graduate in high school and enroll in a technical college in a certificate or diploma program and just maintain a 2.0 GPA at the college and be a Georgia resident. And that's a good substantial amount of money to help pay for the technical college classes there. ZELL Miller Grant is the higher version of HOPE Grant at 2-year technical colleges. Students have to maintain a 3.5 or higher college GPA in order to be eligible for this. And this pays 100% of the tuition at 2-year technical colleges. And then HOPE Career Grant is a large program here in Georgia for students who are pursuing high demand careers that the state has identified they need more opportunities and workers in. So there's the opportunity to combine, for instance, the HOPE Grant with the HOPE Career Grant to be able to have essentially a full ride at a 2-year technical college for students that want to move this direction. Peer mentors. Here at Lumpkin County, we have a wonderful peer mentor program. What this is we have 10th, 11th, and 12th grade students who visit our 9th grade TAA, Teachers as Advisory time, to meet with students, talk to them about different topics, adjusting to high school, friendships, relationships, how to figure out things. This is really important to us here at the high school because it provides support for our freshmen. We have wonderful faculty and staff, but sometimes you as parents may know, sometimes it helps for them to hear the same messages from people who are closer to their age, who have lived the same experiences and can tell them the real information like, hey, this is not a good choice to make. You don't need to do this. So our peer mentors go into those freshman classrooms to be able to provide support for them, build relationships for them, and just kind of help them acclimate themselves here to Lumpkin County. And then once our 9th graders obviously move up to be 10th graders and above, they can become peer mentors themselves if they have that heart for giving back to other people, developing leadership skills. This is huge program opportunity for students to really build a resume and a skill. Colleges love our peer mentor program, so this is something that not only benefits your current freshman student for you guys as parents to know, but is a future opportunity for them to get involved as they move into 10th, 11th, and 12th grade as well.
It's great to stay connected throughout your students' high school experience. We know that that can be difficult if you never step foot inside of Lumpkin County High School. So we've created a 360 virtual tour for you. You can get to it from our high school webpage. And it's an awesome way for you to kind of check out what all we have here at Lumpkin County High School and see it from your students' perspective. We also have a counseling center website that stays very up to date with all kinds of information about how to have a successful freshman year, as well as college and career guidance. We also have a ton of resources on there for social and emotional counseling and how to reach out if you need help. Parents, make sure that you stay on top of what all is going on at Lumpkin County High School by signing up for the Indian Memo. That is an email that comes to you every Friday with the schedule for the next week so that you'll know all of the deadlines and everything that's coming up for your students so you can help them stay on top of it. You can go to tinyurl.com/Indian Memo to sign up today. Another way to stay in the know is through Google Classroom. Students should already be a part of their Google Classroom, and once they're a part, they can invite you to join. That way you get all of the notifications and updates, as well as the reminders that come out through Google Classroom. Our student support staff is here for you. You can reach out to us by email or phone, and we are happy to answer any questions or concerns that you may have about your student's freshman year, academic counseling, social and emotional needs, and resources that we may have available to you. Here's a list of some links that may be helpful to you as you are planning your students' high school career as well as their post-secondary options. Some great things that you may want to look at is our curriculum guide as you're helping your students select the best possible classes to set them up for success post-secondary, as well as a more detailed and in-depth individual graduation plan video that goes into all of our course offerings as well as how students can stay on track for graduation by 2025. Check us out online. Stay up to date with all the great things that are going on at Lumpkin County High School on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We appreciate you staying on top of your students' high school career by checking in with us tonight. We hope that you have a great year, and let us know if we can ever do anything to serve you. Go Indians!